Welcome to Bet On It. I am Kelly Stewart. It is Monday, November 14th. We've got a really exhilarating Monday night football game in the NFC East tonight. Washington Commanders at the Philadelphia Eagles. But we're going to kick it to Marco first. Marco, $9 Monday. What you got up over at WagerTalk.com?
Kelly, yeah, you can get all the cappers today, every Monday at WagerTalk, $9 for plays. These are plays that normally sell for $25 or $35. You get them for $9. And today, I've got a hockey play. And Kelly, I didn't do hockey till just a few years ago when I became a season ticket holder for the Golden Knights and had to watch. I got to pay for those tickets somehow. And we've done quite well, 76-39. Since last December with our hockey for a profit of 83.26 units. I've got a play tonight, and it's backed by a 29-4 angle. You'll get my analysis on the game and that angle so you can use it next time, all for $9.
Love to hear that. Joe Raineri, let's kick it over to you. Tell me how your weekend was.
We did good, Cal. Saturday was fun. Navy came through for us, so Tulane shit the bed. But it was good to see Notre Dame as a favorite lose, another ATS. That was fun there. Always works out well. They did hold on to win the game. That would have been good. And yesterday was good. Actually, it was Teaser Central yesterday. The Teaser's making a comeback. Pittsburgh handled business. The 49ers handled business. Seattle handled business. So it was pretty good there yesterday in the NFL. So maybe, I keep hearing people on Twitter say maybe Kelly won't kill the whole teaser segment moving forward. I said, hey, I think we actually hit a few. They might stay here another week or so.
No kidding. I had an okay weekend. Nothing amazing. No money line dogs on my parlay. Of course, the two that I gave out ATS, both won outright, Washington and Purdue. You got to love that. Ole Miss kind of choked it up there late in the fourth quarter. And my fantasy team almost choked it up. That's why I got my lucky jersey on today. Half of our team pretty much died yesterday. We had Zach Ertz, Cooper Kupp. It was a bloodbath, but we got the win. 8-2 on the season, so maybe the Kelly in Vegas curse is finally broken. Hope to see Johnny Detroit in the championship for all the marbles. Marco D'Angelo, Joe mentioned that teaser segment was back outside of the Saints where I tried to get a little sneaky there and teased both sides of a game. It was a good one. How was your Saturday and Sunday?
Saturday, I ended up coming out a loser, and it all came down to the one game for me, Wake Forest, which was our top play of the weekend. And Sam Hartman, what can I say? The turnover machine the last couple of weeks reared its ugly head at the wrong time. But the game of the day, Kelly, that we got it, we have to mention is the Buffalo Bills. That was one teaser that did not get home for me yesterday for my clients. I did have a nice 4-2 day. It would have been 5-1 and would have been perfect for the day. I would have loved it. But the ending of the Buffalo Bills yesterday, I watched it and I still can't believe what I saw. And then just the irony of it last night, as I normally do on Sunday night, I go out to watch the Sunday night football game. I go somewhere to play cards. I'll play poker, watch the game, just relax a little bit. Then I stopped off at one of my favorite watering holes to have something to eat and just chill. And lo and behold, my bartender is in full Minnesota Viking garb, and I just wanted to puke with that. And I was actually texting somebody else last night, and I accidentally texted you and Johnny in a group text that you got that message, and it just was funny to end the night that way. But can't complain, and let's go to the Monday Night Football game, which this will probably be the last time you hear me talk on this show today because Dan's going to pull the plug on my mic for the show because I am not.
If we're not all in agreement on today's show, I'm going to literally fight you guys. Ralph Michaels tweeted out a trend earlier. You guys can go to his Twitter, @CalSportsLV, and see that one about undefeated NFL teams. But I'm sorry, divisional underdogs, especially on the road this year, have been money making. Philadelphia Eagles 11-point favorite. Total pretty much on the WagerTalk odds screen is now 43.5. I'm just going to say it. I'm on the Commanders. I think they're going to run the ball. I think they're going to burn the clock. I think we're going to see this defense step up big in this divisional game. The end. Marco D'Angelo, I think we're in agreement.
We are in agreement. And sorry, Dan, It's hard to knock anything that this team has done, the Philadelphia Eagles. They're 8-0. But I can tell you this much, and I'm sure Joe can attest to it, him being down there in Miami. I don't think there's anybody on the 72 Dolphins that is starting to sweat yet on the undefeated season. Because if you look at the Philadelphia Eagles, they've only beaten 2 teams with a winning record this year. And I'm going to dissect those 2 wins over the 2 winning teams. The first one came the second week of the season. It was against the Minnesota Vikings. And yeah, that's impressive now because the Vikings are 8-1. That was their only loss. But that came in week 2. In week 1, Minnesota beat the Green Bay Packers. Now, nobody knew the Packers were not going to be good this season. That was a big win for the Vikings. They were flying high, fat and sassy. It was their first game under their new head coach. Everybody was feeling good about themselves. And then they went to Philadelphia and played on Monday Night Football. Kelly, you know what Kirk Cousins does in prime time, and he didn't disappoint. He had 3 interceptions in that game. Was horrible, 27 of 46 passing the ball, and they lost that game. So I'm dismissing that win over a winning team. And then the other win came against the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday Night Football. Cooper Rush was still the starting quarterback for the Cowboys, no Dak Prescott. And although Cooper Rush, it was a nice story for several weeks, he showed why he's a backup in the NFL in that Philadelphia game, and Philly took advantage of it. Philadelphia has been on the right side of every bounce of the football this season. 17-3 on the turnover margin. That's plus 14, tops in the NFL. You got to think they come back to earth somewhere along the line as far as the turnovers go. I am going to take Washington. They already lost at home. That's another little angle that I like, especially in division play. You lose at home to one of your rivals, and then you're a road dog. I'm going to take the inflated number with Washington. Does Philly lose tonight? Dan, leave my mic on. I think Philly escapes with the win, but they don't cover. I'm taking the points with Washington.
So we've already established this on Twitter. All jokes aside, I don't think Joe can claim his play was stolen now that everybody knows how great the Eagles are in first half play. Even though those first couple of weeks, I was pretty much convinced I would turn on the TV, catch a talking head talking about Eagles first half, and I'm like, you can't even name 5 Eagles players. Get off my television. Joe, so you're going to go with the Eagles in the first half because if it ain't broke,
don't fix it, Cal. I mean, it was actually the best bet here on the show on Wednesday. And hopefully if you guys were watching, you got it at the 6.5 because since then it's obviously moved up. I'm seeing 7.5s now starting to show up. And the reality is, listen, Philadelphia, we know what they are. They come out, they start fast, they start quick, and then they hold on in the second half. I had them against Houston when, of course, Houston marched right down the field on their opening drive, the first one they've scored all year on an opening drive against Philadelphia. I think they were a little bit sleepwalking in that game. Eventually, they woke up and ran away with that one. But I don't think there's going to be any sleepwalking here tonight with this Philadelphia team. They are at home. They've had extra time here because they didn't play until last Thursday. I don't think we're going to see anything different. I anticipate that the defenses are going to have success here tonight, but I'm expecting Philadelphia to do what they've done all year, is come out in the first half and put some points on the board, and I expect Washington to do exactly what they've done all year, struggle early on offense in the first half. So I see Philadelphia winning at halftime, going in there by at least a touchdown. We've seen this before. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But then we'll see what happens in the second half here. Don't trust Philadelphia to always hold on in the second half and hopefully win the game. They're going to get caught one of these days. Could it be against Washington tonight? Maybe, but they have not been able to put teams away in the second half, which is why I would only look first half with Philadelphia.
Joe, I'm going to kick it right back to you. Instead of playing Washington plus 11, would you recommend waiting until halftime? Maybe they're down 2 scores.
Absolutely. Well, let's say it's 13-3 at the half. You know what's going to have to happen, and you know what that line is going to be, too. The second half line is going to come out, and we're going to watch Philadelphia go conservative and try to hold on. And next thing you know, it's the fourth quarter, and you're going, what are you doing, Philadelphia? And our producer, Dan, knows this all too well. Like, he's tired of sweating out Philadelphia wins in the second half. But in a divisional matchup, 11 with, 42.5, 43 with a low total? Yeah, no, that's another one of those, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, Cal. How many more unders in a divisional matchup do we have to see?
Well, we've seen them, and especially on Monday nights. Marco, I also lean towards the under here. Do you have an opinion on the total?
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't be looking at the over in this one, that's for sure. The only thing that can concern you in that second half as far as the total goes is you talked about if Washington does fall behind. We know the Washington head coach, Ron Rivera, he likes to gamble, and gambles work both ways.
Yeah.
When you roll the dice, sometimes it works in your favor, and you can go ahead and go down the field and score. Or when you go on 4th and 3 at midfield and you don't make it, guess who has a short field to start a drive? And that can backfire. Right? That's the only way I see it ending up on the over.
2 years worth of Heineke starts, Cal. Washington averages 19 points a game when he's the starting quarterback.
Love to see it. May even have a first half under added to that one as well. Who would have thought? What a crappy game. And I'm going to have like 6 plays here. I also like Terry McLaurin. Anytime touchdown score was plus 230 earlier in the Barstool Sportsbook. Just gave that one out. Maybe I have a little bias, but it doesn't matter. I already won my fantasy matchup this week. I don't need anything from Scary Terry. Well, thank you guys for hanging out with us each and every single Monday here on Bet On It. Make sure you guys head over to WagerTalk.com. Check out what Marco and our other handicappers have up for $9 Monday. Until Wednesday, for Marco, Joe, Ralph, Ariel, Andy, and our lovely producer, Dan, go Eagles. Maybe I can finally get a mush there on that one.
Each and every Monday is $9 Monday at both WagerTalk.com and SportsMemo.com, when all daily picks packages are priced at only $9, including 5% best bets, normally priced at $35. As an added bonus, any picks packages loaded early for Overnight Tuesday or action during the week will also be priced at $9 until midnight on Monday. So make sure to take advantage of getting these $25 and $35 picks for only $9 before the clock strikes 12 and they return to regular price.